What's up guys, JT Off-Road here. In today's video, we're gonna fix this. Alright, so there's some bad stuff going on with my one brake caliper right now, and here's the story. So I was out one night and I was pulling into a parking lot, and when I was pulling in I had my window down and I started hearing some like clunking going on. It sounded like it was coming from the driver's side front tire area. So I thought there was something going on with like the CD axle or something, maybe even a wheel bearing. There's some like clunking going on. So I come up to a stop and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm not very far from home. Not too worried about it right now. I can look at it when I get home. I did go up in that area and look and just like kind of felt around and everything seemed tight. Anyway, so I finish up there, go to the next stop, and as I'm getting to the parking spot that I'm parking in, as I'm braking, there's a lot more clunking going on, and when I'm coming up to a stop, it like stops me short. So I was like, well, that's really weird. Something's up with my brakes then. So still I look up in that same area, nothing's up. So I go in, do some shopping, come back out, and I'm like, all right, on my way home, I'm less than a mile away. Really shouldn't have a problem, just get home. So I have a couple stoplights. Every stoplight seems to be getting progressively worse. There's lots more clunking, and when I come up to a stoplight, I'm trying to stop real gradually and slow. I come up to the stop and it stops me short, and it happens harder and harder with each one. Finally to the last light, and I'm slowing down. I'm plenty of length from the stoplight, and I come to a halt, and I can't move at all. So I try to give it a little gas, and it's not moving. Trying to give it a little more. Turns out the driver's side rear tire is locked up, and my passenger side rear is spinning a lot when I'm trying to give it some gas. People behind me, it's late at night, there's people behind me. I already, one cycle goes through a green light, and then I'm at the red light again. I'm like, I gotta get moving. I'm literally just right down the road. So I'm like, what can I do? Put it in four-wheel drive. So I put it in four-wheel drive, go ahead and give it some gas, pop! I move forward, but I have no brake pedal. So I looked both ways real quick, went through the intersection, and limped my way home. Didn't hear anything too crazy, just some like grinding, I guess. I get home, and I see this. Brake line blew and fluid went everywhere. And then I started looking into it more, and the caliper is sitting at the bottom of the wheel. Earlier that day I had been driving around, picked up some stuff, and when I was driving down the road, something kicked up, made a loud sound. I thought it was just a rock or something. Turns out that was a bolt, and I guess throughout the night that caliper got worked looser and looser until it just locked up my wheel. And whenever I put it in four and went forward, it broke the other bolt and broke the hose, and the caliper dropped and fluid went everywhere. So handy dandy vice grips pinched off the line, and I barely have any brake fluid lost. So that was great. I was very concerned about draining the master cylinder, and that didn't happen. So if you guys are missing truck videos, we're gonna have some of those coming up probably for a little while, because I have a bunch of things I need to fix. But bought a couple things from Napa. If I can get them out, maybe. Hose. And a couple caliper bolts. So we should hopefully be able to make this fix happen with only like $20 worth of parts. Hopefully nothing else was too bad. I'm a little worried about the wheel. I suspect there's going to be some scratches within the inner side of that, but hopefully there's no gouges and nothing terrible has happened. If it's really bad, we'll go ahead and get it taken care of, but I'm probably going to have to do some sort of finishing on the inside of that so, just doesn't get really bad. So in the Rust Belt, I anti-seize lots of things, especially brake components, because I just never seem to be able to get them apart. And the weird thing is I haven't touched these brakes in over a year. I did all new brakes last year, and everything's been great. I've done many trips, towed multiple times, and everything's been fine. And recently this bolt just backed out. So once this is fixed, I'm going to go through and just do an overall nut and bolt check, just make sure everything's torqued down right, because we don't want to have another thing like this happen again. But anyway, enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get into it and see what we can find. There's the caliper. Fell. Pads don't feel bad. It's definitely some grinding on the rotor though. Looks like the rotor got a little too close there. That's, I'm assuming, what stopped me completely. The inside of this doesn't look too bad. It's dirty, so I mean I'm gonna have to wash it and look, but it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it definitely rode right here, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to clean it up and see if there's actually any like digs into the metal. I'm sure there probably is, but I'm gonna have to get some wheel weights because I can tell there's some wheel weights right here, and oh, there is a little bit of a nick right here. Can't see it too much, but right there is a nick. But I mean, overall it could have been way worse. There might be looks like there might be another little nick right there. Looks like we might have had some issue with the tire. But I think for what happened, the amount of damage here was minimal. I'm alright with that. So out of all of this, it all seems like it's going to be fairly easy. This guy is going to be the worst part. I'm going to have to weld a nut on that guy to get him out. Not a whole lot of clearance in this area. If I take this rotor off, this is just the e-brake shoe on this side, so might be able to do something there. Might be able to heat this. It actually looks like there's a little bit of stud sticking out. Might be able to get something onto that. And, well, actually, might be able to just take this off. There we go. Might actually be able to just pull the shoe off and heat that flange up pretty good. Maybe grab a hold of that stud and rotate it a little bit. Might be able to get it enough to go out that side. Grab it with vice grips on that side and pull it out. I don't know, we'll see. Might be able to luck out and do that. Well, I went to go bleed the caliper and the bleeder valve just snapped off. So tried to drill it out and use an easy out, and just didn't go well. So here we are. Just went ahead and bought a whole brand new caliper, which might be for the best. When I was putting this bracket on, it kind of seemed, well, when I was putting the old bracket on, it did seem kind of warped a little bit. So I don't know. This is probably the best route. I think the other one would have been fine, but I just don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to spend all the time, you know, trying to get that bleeder valve out. So we'll just go with a whole brand new one, and it sure does look pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that on real quick. Alright, well, the new caliper's on, brakes are bled, drove it around, pedal feels great. Say we're done. So, truck's outside right now, but I'm going to be bringing it back in and just doing a thorough nut bolt check, make sure everything's tight. And yeah, so I don't know what the issue was with that. I try to clean off the bolts whenever I work on something a good bit, and then I put some anti-seize. Maybe I just had way too much anti-seize on. I don't know what the issue was, but bolt backed out, obviously not great. But as for the future, I have some more things that I have to work on for the truck. I already have the things bought, and I'm going to probably be buying some more things. So you'll see the truck a little bit more. Might be able to see some more projects coming in. That Ford that I bought, literally 2 days before I uploaded that video, it was sold. So whatever I get, it's not going to stay around very long. I'm trying to just sell things, get them on their way. I really didn't even do anything with that one. I just got it for a good price, washed it up, cleaned it up nice. Kid knew what was wrong with it and fully aware of everything. Bought it, went on its way, made a little bit of money. I'm gonna try to do things like that too. Might find some more things to part out. Who knows, we'll see. So go ahead and let me know what you think of today's video. Drop that stuff down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.